Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today is December 6th, and so now I'm going to be seeing what's for the next day, and today is Sunday, and we're going to see what's in day number 6 for the Disney Storybook Collection Advent Calendar. So let's see what's in there. So excited! Look how it's so cute. Okay, so let's open this. So, if you can spot the number 6, I can't even spot it. Oh, I found it. Okay, so if you can spot it, give this video a thumbs up if you can spot number 6. There we go. So if you guys guessed right here, then you guys are right, so give it a thumbs up. So I'm going to put this down so I can get it easier. So it's right here. Slide this out. Okay, so here it is. I'm so excited to see what is the book. So let's slide it out from here. Oh, it's Cinderella. Okay, so we're gonna read this Cinderella book, and I like the movie Cinderella too, and the live action kind of one. And she's just with her beautiful dress that the mice made. And here's the back. I thought it was Sleeping Beauty because I could see the back of it only. So since I thought pink, and if it was blue, I would have probably guessed Cinderella. So let's start.
Cinderella. Disney Cinderella, Autumn Publishing. Once upon a time, Cinderella lived with her father and stepmother, who had 2 daughters of her own, named Anastasia and Gisela. The stepsisters were mean and ugly. When Cinderella's father died, her stepmother stopped pretending to like her. Cinderella was given a tiny bedroom in the attic and forced to become a servant in her own house. Her only friends were the birds and mice. One morning, Cinderella found a mouse caught in a trap. "We'll call you Gus," she said, setting him free. "Oh, don't forget to tell him about Lucifer," she told the other mice. Lucifer was her stepmother's cat. All the animals hated him. Cinderella gave Lucifer his milk and went into the yard. "Breakfast time!" she called, scattering corn for the chickens. The mice came running for some breakfast too, but Lucifer was blocking the way. One of the mice crept up to Lucifer and toppled him into his milk. This made Lucifer very angry. When he saw Gus gathering up some of the corn, he pounced. Gus had a narrow escape and was finally hidden underneath a teacup in the kitchen. A voice shrieked from upstairs, "Cinderella! I'm coming!" Cinderella sighed. She picked up the breakfast trays and made her way upstairs. Under the teacup, Gus was safe at last. Not far away in the royal palace, the king and Grand Duke were talking about the prince. "It's time he married," said the king. He decided to give a ball and invite every young woman in the kingdom. The prince would surely fall in love with one of them. Invitations were set out that day. "There's going to be a ball at the palace," exclaimed the stepmother when she read the invitation. "Every young maiden is to attend." "Why, that means I can go too," said Cinderella hopefully. "I see no reason why you can't go, if you get all your work done," her stepmother said. Cinderella rushed upstairs to find something to wear. Cinderella took out one of her mother's old gowns. It was a little old-fashioned, but she could fix it. "Cinderella!" shrieked her stepmother. "I'm coming," Cinderella sighed. The mice knew that poor Cinderella would never have time to finish the dress, so they worked on it themselves. They sang merrily as they cut and sewed, and at last the pretty dress was finished. It was trimmed with an old sash and beads that Anastasia and Gisela had thrown away. Cinderella hadn't had time to get ready. She watched a carriage arrive to take her stepmother and stepsisters to the ball. Then she saw the dress. "Surprise!" cried her friends. Cinderella could hardly believe her eyes. She put the dress on and rushed downstairs to the carriage. When Anastasia and Gisela saw their stepsister looking so beautiful, they were jealous. "Why, you little thief!" Gisela screamed, spotting her old beads around Cinderella's neck. Then Anastasia looked at her sash. "That's mine!" she cried, grabbing the sash and ripping the dress. "Please stop!" cried Cinderella, but her dress was ruined. She ran into the garden, sobbing. There was a magical swirl of light, and when Cinderella looked up, an old lady was sitting on the bench. "I'm your fairy godmother," the lady said kindly. "Dry your eyes. You can't go to the ball looking like that. Now fetch me a pumpkin and hurry. Even miracles take time." The fairy godmother waved her magic wand, and the pumpkin changed into a sparkling carriage. Next, she waved her wand over Gus and the other mice and changed them into white horses. Another wave of the wand, and Cinderella's horse was changed into a coachman, and Bruno the dog became a footman. With the final wave of the wand, Cinderella was dressed in a magnificent ball gown and delicate glass slippers. It was like a dream come true. "Remember, you only have until midnight," the fairy godmother warned. "One last stroke of 12, the spell will be broken." When Cinderella entered the glittering ballroom, the prince thought she was the most beautiful girl he had ever met. He led her to the dance floor. In the prince's arms, Cinderella felt as though she was floating on air. Just then the clock chimed the first stroke of midnight. "I must go!" Cinderella gasped as she fled through the ballroom and down the palace steps. "Wait, you can't go now!" cried the prince. But Cinderella didn't stop, even when she lost one of her glass slippers on the steps. She leaped into the carriage, which raced away. One last stroke of midnight, the carriage turned into a pumpkin, and Cinderella's dress became rags, but she still wore a single glass slipper. Back at the palace, the prince was heartbroken. He said he would marry only the girl whose foot fit the glass slipper he had found. The next day, the search began. Every young woman in the land would have to try it on the slipper. Meanwhile, the stepmother had noticed that Cinderella was humming the music from the ball. She was determined that her stepdaughter should not try on the glass slipper and locked her in her room. At last, the Grand Duke arrived with the glass slipper. Anastasia and Gisela tried to squeeze their feet into it, but it was too small. The mice were desperate to help Cinderella. They took the attic key from the stepmother's pocket and unlocked the door. Just as the Great Duke was about to leave, Cinderella appeared. "Please wait," she called, but the stepmother tripped up the footman. He dropped the slipper and it shattered into 1,000 tiny pieces. Cinderella took the other glass slipper from her pocket. Her stepsisters shrieked as the delicate Duke fitted the slipper onto Cinderella's foot. Soon afterwards, Cinderella and the prince were married. Her friends, the mice, looked on and smiled. Cinderella's dreams had finally come true.
All her dreams came true. So Cinderella's dreams came true, and Cinderella and the prince got married. And so that is the end of Disney Princess Cinderella. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Vicky's Everything channel. And tomorrow will be December 7th, and we'll try and see which story is going to be the next one. I'm so excited, guys. So tomorrow we're going to have another trip for an adventure. Bye!